I'm Danny Dyer. Playing hard men and acting tough has been my bread and butter. But now I've got a new role. I'm tracking down some of the most feared men in the world, operating on both sides of the law. I'm gonna find out what makes them tick, how they got their fearsome reputations, and why they're considered to be some of the world's deadliest men. I've come to a secret location in the English countryside to try and get inside the mind of an SAS soldier.
This man has been at the centre of some of the world's most dangerous conflicts.
I'll shoot first, ask questions later.
He's survived 9 war zones and has done his duty no matter what the cost. Killing is his business.
If some twat wants to kill me, I'm gonna kill him.
But has war become his addiction? I'm about to meet a man who'll go to terrifying lengths to get his fix. I'm on my way to meet one of the hardest military men that has ever had the pleasure to serve under Her Majesty. He goes by the name of Spud.
I'm not quite sure what to expect from him or what I'm doing out here. I've been in this car for 3 fucking hours and I don't know where I'm being taken or what the fuck he wants me to do when I get there.
I have reason to worry. Spud could be the toughest geezer I'll ever meet.
I don't have any problems. I don't do any cock stands about killing somebody. All right, let's be clear about that.
This soldier of fortune lives off adrenaline, and to keep it flowing, he's lived more than half his life in war zones. He's survived the threat of mortar attacks and landmines, rockets and grenades. Countless times, Spud has done what he's had to save not only his life, but the lives of his fellow soldiers.
I don't fucking worry about it. I don't have nightmares. I don't go to the doctors claiming post-traumatic stress. And I don't care about the consequences either.
Spud started life as a paratrooper and then rose up the ranks of the military. He then trained hard to become a soldier in the world's toughest special forces unit, the Special Air Service, aka the SAS. The SAS was set up during the Second World War to do commando raids behind enemy lines.
And it was recognised that to do that you had to recruit a special kind of soldier. Physically, they're the toughest people you're going to meet, but they are sharp, very bright, adaptable, flexible. That's what makes them really different.
Using the skills he honed from being an elite soldier, today Spud works within the murky world of close protection, operating as a highly trained bodyguard.
You're out there to basically take money and keep your principal alive, keep the guy you're guarding alive, or whatever you are doing up there, you know, keeping yourself alive.
His battlefields are now closer to home, as current assignments involve him protecting the rich and famous on the streets of London.
He's just got to be really disciplined, one of them type of people. Total opposite to me, really. Look, I'm going to be straight with you now. I've had a bit of a late one. I feel a bit ropey. So, I hope he just takes it nice and easy on me because I'm really not up to much.
Turning up with a hangover for a date with an elite soldier may turn out to be the stupidest thing I'll ever do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Beautiful countryside. Lovely old manor house. Let's see what this geezer's got to say, eh?
Hi.
Hello,
Danny.
mate.
How are you doing, mate?
Spud? No?
Yes, mate, Spud.
Danny.
How you doing, mate? Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you,
Yeah.
mate. Pleasure
How you
to
doing,
meet
all right?
you.
You
Good
good?
as gold, mate, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Go, go, go!
Oh, mate, I knew something bad was going to happen. You're bang out of order. Oh, God. I don't know what's happened there, to be honest with you.
Well, that sets the scene up for today.
What's all these smoke bombs?
Smoke, that is, yeah. Smoke and a flashbang.
God, it's a bit early for smoke bombs, isn't it, my old son? Jesus Christ.
Do you know much about what I do? What I've done in the past?
Not too much, no.
No. All right, well, hopefully during the day we'll
Well, that's what I want to learn about that, you know.
Well, I thought this would just be a nice warmer for you, just to get the feel of it all.
Spud's agreed to give me some specialist military training here at this top secret facility. But to be honest, I was really worried about what that might involve.
So it's all right, walk through here, is it going to kick off?
Yeah, no, it's all right. There's no booby traps.
And I'll find out how Spud attempts to fight the battles in his mind.
Blokes don't know how to deal with it, you know? It's easy to go and hit the bottle and go and blow your brains out.
I've come to this secret training facility to get some specialist military training from an ex-SAS soldier, Spud.
Spud? No?
Yes, mate, Spud.
It hasn't got off to a good start.
Pleasure.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
Spud was trying to use shock tactics to rattle me. And let me tell you, it's worked so far.
I knew something bad was going to happen. You're bang out of order.
He set up a day of exercises to give me a small glimpse into the sort of military training he does. And at the end of it, I'll be given my very own mission. At the moment, it's all on a need-to-know basis, and if the way we met is anything to go by, I'm going to be the last to know anything.
Well, some proper weapons here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're from all over the world.
Oh, the big old guns here. What's this one over here?
This is the 7.62 SLR. She's beautiful. This is one we went down the Falklands with.
Yeah.
And this was, I suppose, one of the main reasons why we won the battle down there, along with this 7.62 GPMG, which the British Army still use today.
It's a monster, that.
General purpose machine gun. Like I said, 7.62. It is a beauty.
Yeah.
You feel how heavy that is?
God, get hold of that, look.
Yeah.
Running along with that.
Plus, if you had a length of 200 with the ammunition strapped to it as well.
God, that's proper heavy, that is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Heavy that
The Falklands War was triggered by an invasion of the islands by Argentina in April 1982. Seen as an act of war by the British government, they swiftly sent in troops to defend the territory. And Spud, barely in his 20s, was sent over to serve with the 2nd Paras.
The Falklands was, as far as my soldiering experiences go, probably one of the best.
2 Para were one of the assault battalions which were first onto the beaches, fully tooled up to show that we meant business.
Here, he was confronted with some of the bloodiest and most brutal battles of his military career.
I experienced the whole range of war, being shot at, being mortared, being shelled. I had the whole range of support weapons fired against me. And to top that off, I was napalmed.
Fighting on a couple of islands in the middle of the South Atlantic. It was almost like a cage fight. Close quarter combat with bayonets, rifle butts, fists, feet.
By the time Argentina surrendered, after 2 months of fighting, 655 Argentine and 255 British soldiers had lost their lives. The bloody Battle of Goose Green played a key role in the outcome of the Falklands. And Spud was in the thick of it.
They put me up the front, yeah. So I was point man for the Battle of Goose Green.
Okay.
For C Company 2 Para. Luckily, they shot up the guys behind me, yeah? So we lost a few of the guys.
It also left an everlasting scar on Spud. It was the first time he was forced to take another man's life.
So at the time we had 2 types of grenades. We had HE, high explosive grenades, conventional grenade, and we had WP grenade, white phosphorus. I phossed one of the trenches, and there was a couple of RGs in there. One came out, and I slotted them with the SLR.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, this is the first weapon I killed a man with.
When you first killed a man, that was a gun you used,
one,
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that, it's a mad question to ask you, but I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean, how did that feel when you first killed someone?
At the time, because I was like 20, 21, it's a cliched expression, but it's true. It's what you're trained to do. I don't have nightmares. I've killed a few people, men. I think any women. No. Certainly not children.
Looks like you can really prepare yourself, do all the training you want, can't you? But once you're actually...
Yeah, I know it affects a lot of guys. Set something off in their brain, they go, oh, fuck me, this is not for me.
I suppose it goes two ways. Either you go like that, it's not for you, or you get a right adrenaline rush out of it. You know what I mean?
Do. I mean, you do. You actually get a right buzz out of it, and it's very hard to calm down. I mean, I've been doing this almost 30 years now.
All this talk of killing was getting to me, so I needed a few moments to myself. This bloke is a lot tougher than I first thought. The fact that he talks about killing so casually is beginning to freak me out.
When you're fighting for your life, there's the ability of every human being, there's an instinct within them, survival, that's the strongest.
I'd read in one of Spud's books gruesome tales about the brutality of war. One in particular that I couldn't get out of my mind was when he had to use his head as a lethal weapon.
It's quite an heavy thing to talk about, you know what I mean? And this whole thing for me is an intense thing. I wanted you to try and tell me a little bit about when you had a moment in a trench with somebody, when you headbutted them, when you had your helmet on.
Yeah. Well, that's an intense, personal, one-to-one conflict with the enemy.
Yeah.
You don't think about it at the time, you just get on and do it. I haven't really reflected on that story too much.
No?
No, because I think if I did, it might send me a bit fucking mad.
Okay.
You know?
I'm just trying to understand how soldiers can take someone's life, go home to the missus, switch off, be normal. I understand it's their job and all that, but, it's got to fuck you up a little bit somewhere along the line. And I just don't think I could handle it.
Spud was a man who was happier keeping active than sitting around talking about the past, so I thought it was best to get back to the training. He wants me to know what it feels like to be a soldier, so it's time to dress the part.
SAS styling, running about, who'd have thought this?
Now this gear may look good, but it's proper heavy.
Get on that, look.
Yeah, this is level 4. This is stop high velocity. You've got your grenades in here, your flashbangs, your CS gas, spare ammunition. You might have a Mars bar in there for after the job.
Yeah, little Mars bar, treat yourself up, you wind out loads of geezers. Yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah, you got him. Breathe in.
Yeah, fuck me, yeah.
How does that feel now?
Fucking horrible.
Is that good?
Well.
That's the way it should be.
Well, yeah.
And I want you to shout in there, gas, 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 but shout it.
Gas, gas, gas!
No, I mean it. Gas, gas, gas!
Gas, gas, gas!
And then the helmet.
Let's have the helmet then.
Okay. But
Okay.
how does it feel at the moment?
I'm all right for the minute, but I can see...
To tell the truth, I was starting to feel a bit claustrophobic.
Just with having this thing on, mate,
Yeah,
it's so much difficult.
Yeah.
You've got no sense in
You've got to double-check everything when you've got that kit on. Double-check everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Lovely jubbly. Let's go and have it then, Spud.
All right, then.
What are we going to do next?
Let's go and kill something.
Come on, let's have it.
Come on! Come on! Magazine! Magazine!
I'm not off to a good start. My gun has split in two and Spud's not happy.
Put it back on again. Put it on. Clean it off, get that shit out of it. Let's go, let's go! Come on, yeah, over the top. That's it, wait for Danny.
All this gear weighs nearly a stone. The vest is designed to stop knives, shrapnel, pistols, rifles and machine gun fire and anything else you can throw at it.
Come on, Danny, come on, that's it, mate. Over here. Now sprint. Through here, come on. In here, up the stairs. Come on, upstairs. Let's go.
Can't breathe.
You can't breathe, don't take it off, don't take your mask off. Keep it there.
That's fucking hard, mate.
Don't, Danny.
Hold on.
Don't take it off, all right?
I'll spew me fucking ring up. That's really tough, man. I'll tell you what. I've just done fucking...
That's nothing.
Running about for 30 seconds and the whole weight of the gas mask. Tell you what, boys. It's made me feel proper sick.
Yeah.
The thought of having to go into battle after that.
Yeah.
I mean, these superhuman people.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta be stuck for 30 minutes.
I'm not quite sure I'd cut it as a soldier. Spud, on the other hand, excelled as a paratrooper and always had more brains and ambition than the average grunt.
All I wanted to do was go to the next level. I think it was May 1980 with the Iranian Embassy, and I saw these guys and that, you know, and they were the SAS.
On the 30th of April 1980, 6 armed men stormed the Iranian Embassy in London.
In fact, what they did was started to kill hostages inside, and at that point the decision was made to send the SAS in.
5 of the 6 gunmen were killed. All but 2 of the 26 hostages were saved. A special force that had so far remained a secret exploded onto TV screens all over the world.
The SAS went into the Iranian Embassy and kicked arse. They demonstrated that at least one Western government wasn't going to put up with this.
Gas-filled grenades are an occupational hazard on military operations. And because I'd ripped off my gas mask earlier, Spud wants to give me a little taste of what this CS gas can do to you.
Any good? This geezer is absolutely insane. He's sniffing CS gas. And he wants me to have an experience of it. I'm willing to get my hands dirty. Like I said before, you know, I want to be a man's man, so let's do it.
You let me know when you feel the effects of it.
Yeah.
Got him? You want any more, Danny?
Fuck that. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Do apologise to all my to my lady fans out there. If I broke the myth here, I apologise. That is fucking hard. That is horrible. That is fucking horrible, mate.
Well, that's taught me then. My gas mask will be staying firmly in place.
Fuck that, Spud. Fuck that. No more of that game. I can't be doing that no more.
For this operation, we want to do...
Spud was part of an anti-terrorism team that conducted clandestine missions all over the world. In the age of terrorism, a major part of his training involved the ability to rescue hostages. Spud has set up a scenario like that for me today.
Yeah. Bit nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. This is another level. This really is something I've never experienced before in my life. And obviously, I haven't had that much training. Spud's been great with me, but you know, it's frightening, mate. Take it very seriously, these people. Violence, guns, killing. And you've got to try and get on their vibe a little bit, you know, as they'll eat you for breakfast.
All right, guys, quick, listen in. Briefing room now. Job on.
It's not quite on the same scale as the Iranian Embassy, but one of my men has been captured by the enemy.
You know the score. We got a suspect terrorist holding a definite hostage. Not more than 50 metres from here. Mission is to save the life of the hostage. What's the mission, Danny?
Save the life of the hostage.
All right, mate.
This may only be a practice run, but my nerves are very real. Everything Spud taught me is racing through my mind.
Take your fucking gun, Danny.
No, I'll leave it there.
Danny, no.
I'm gonna.
Should we want to do instinctive? Stop it! Breathe all right?
Yeah.
My job as team leader is to throw a grenade and then secure the room. I was about to receive a brutal lesson in the reality of being a soldier.
One clear!
What happened there?
He shot me.
Who said room clear?
Mate, I shot him,
Was the room clear?
No, but I shot him.
Did you check him?
I didn't check him, no.
No.
I fucking put about 5 bullets in
Did
there.
you? Yeah, well, don't fucking matter. You've got to check him.
He's a strong
Okay?
there.
Yeah, what you've got to do is double tap him in the head.
So that would just been bump, bump.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Fuck.
Always confirm he's dead. All right? I don't care if it's a woman or a kid with a gun. If they're after you to kill you, they kill you. You make sure they're dead before you scream room clear.
Okay.
All right?
Freaked me out, mate, I
Yeah.
tell you. It's intense, it's intense stuff, mate. The adrenaline pumping through my body like you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
well, you know the
imagine,
game.
yeah.
You know your game, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I got shot though, I fucked it. I didn't put 2 in his fucking canister, did I? I should have popped 2 off in his nut, but I've called room clear. There's so much to think about, it's unbelievable. You know what it's been around these boys, it's mad when you run around talking to villains, gangsters, this, that and the other, about bravado. With these boys really aren't a real deal. I'm not undermining anyone I've interviewed in the past, but these boys are just solid, you know, just men's men. They will kill people, put 2 shots in your head, won't think twice about it. So, you know, you try and be, you know, you try and have a bit of bollocks around them. But I'll tell you what, fucking my back's killing me. I've only had the fucking gear on for a few hours. I feel fucking terrible. I feel like sobbing me heart out, that's the honest truth. The adrenaline's pumping through my body, all right?
I'd had a taste of the physical skills required to be an elite soldier, but was soon to realise that mental strength is even more important. So far, I've gotten to play soldier and execute my very own secret mission.
These boys really aren't a real deal.
And I was given a small taste of army life. Spud is starting to give me a first-hand insight into the mind of one of the deadliest soldiers to serve under Her Majesty.
I wanted to find out a bit more about Spud's life as a soldier, so I've asked him to take me around the army base where he first got a taste for life in the military. Now, I've never been to an army base before in my life. I haven't got a clue what goes on here. To be honest, it's a bit barren and desolate. It gives me the fucking horrors.
For nearly 50 years, Aldershot was used for the training and deployment of one of the toughest regiments in the world, the Paras. In 1999, the Paras moved to Colchester after the disbandment of the 5th Airborne Brigade. But this was Spud's first home as a soldier.
It's great, though, isn't it?
No, it's fucking horrible.
It is.
Brings back some memories. No, there was none of these lovely, fluffy bushes. It was just fucking bleak.
This is where you lived then, is it?
Yeah, this first floor it was.
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, fuck me, carpet.
Didn't have no carpet when you was here,
no
son, no?
carpet, though. Stairs.
So they've got luxury of carpet now. Was this your manor then, was it? So,
I don't know if they were there. Well, they ain't changed much.
all right, boys.
Yes.
How you doing, mate? All right?
You don't mind if we come in? That's the room we need to go in. This room? That was my room 20... That was my room 26 years ago. Yeah.
Probably not his dad then.
Well, these were 8-men rooms. Is it okay? Can I just...
Got a double bed, look, and everything, look. How's that make you feel, Spud? They've got double beds now and everything, look.
Luxury. Luxury.
After his basic training was complete, Spud was sent off to Belfast to get his first taste of war. In 1979, Northern Ireland was at the height of its violent troubles. Spud was sent on a 2-year tour as British forces served as peacekeepers between the Unionists and the Nationalists. Here, he was confronted with the reality of an urban war zone. A place where bombs explode and bullets fly.
Whatever you see on the news clips and read about Northern Ireland, you had to be there to understand and comprehend what it was all about, especially where we were posted to in the bandit country, the border part, South Armagh. People were seeing the bombs go off in the city every day, but to actually understand what it was like on the border there, I mean, that was real soldiering. And it was just constant threat all the time, and stress. And we were constantly getting shot at. Guys were dying, for Christ's sake.
4,000 people were killed during the Northern Ireland Troubles. Nearly half of those were innocent civilians. This is the first time Spud has returned to Belfast in almost 29 years. He finished his tour of duty in 1981 and vowed never to go back. He's come to visit his old mate and fellow soldier, Graham, with whom he served with back in the day. These guys have been through a lot together.
Spud's had more adrenaline buzzes over the years than what I have, and can he do without it? I don't know. I hope for Spud's sake that he can, but as I say, it's to people in our situations who have experienced. It's probably a worse drug than heroin because it's probably just as addictive.
You know, coming from the airport, I was still on edge, really. I mean, because it's so strange to be driving around during the daylight hours. I mean, I know it sounds bizarre now, but that's what it just makes me feel on edge, you know?
The country is changing rapidly. There's millions being pumped into this place.
Spud and Graham were based at Falk Hill, but were sent on operations all around the southern border.
What you got to remember is this area was controlled by the IRA. I mean, it's bandit country. You couldn't move anywhere here. We didn't have enough troops to saturate the area, and as you can see, it's rural.
The Kilner-Saget Bridge is on the main line to Belfast and was one of the most bombed bridges during the Northern Ireland conflict.
I mean, as you can see, there's bullet marks here, strike marks. There's one there. Yeah.
There's quite a few over here.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had an ambush here, and about 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had a car pull up. So basically, what he was doing was obviously doing a recce, to see if we reacted, if there was any troops there to react.
The rules of engagement were to only fire if fired upon.
And then all of a sudden, they let rip, we let rip, and then they disappeared off. And this is in seconds. What they did find was they found a balaclava, a shotgun, and 2 blood trails heading off this direction to the south, and a half-eaten cheese sandwich. Sometimes they got lucky, sometimes we got lucky. Yeah, well, you know what I think of the bloody Kilner-Saget Bridge, don't you? I'm going to leave my mark.
Last time they were here, they were under fire, so naturally, they're still on their guard.
But I don't have any great desire to hang around here, to be quite honest with you.
An official ceasefire was declared by both sides in April 1998, known as the Good Friday Agreement. With this in place, things are a lot calmer in these parts now, but 2 ex-army guys in a car with a camera crew is very dangerous.
If we get flagged down to stop, don't stop, okay? All right, seriously, you know, don't stop. If somebody flags you down, oh, somebody blocks you, don't fucking stop. I'm serious, you know, I'm not, it's fucking no duff.
As they approach their old base at Falk Hill, I uncover a side to Spud that I'd never seen before. He starts to show some cracks.
No, I don't feel good at all. I don't feel good at all. I want to fuck off somewhere. Thank you. Because I still don't know. I know the area's quieting down a hell of a lot, but there's always, you know.
Even myself, being a local man, you know, it's not part of Northern Ireland. I just can't see it as being Northern Ireland. It's strange.
So we need to shoot off, I think, before somebody mobiles through to let them know that there's a camera.
His time in Falk Hill is clearly part of his life he wants to forget.
I never left the vehicle when I was here 20, 30 years ago, and I fucking ain't gonna do it today.
From what I've seen and heard so far, I can't even imagine the horrors that these 2 men have experienced. Spud and Graham were involved in one horrific incident with their fellow soldier, Tom. Tom was part of an army truck convoy that was travelling through the Warren Point area close to the border in the south.
A Land Rover got through, the first 4-tonner got through, and as we came through, there was a rumble and a flash.
The convoy had been struck by a roadside bomb.
Carnage, really. That's all it was, carnage. I knew I'd been blown up, but I didn't know to what extent. And after, it felt like a minute, the penny dropped, your legs are on fire, and then I couldn't move. It just totally paralysed.
Spud was part of an emergency response team called to the scene.
Until it actually happens to you, you think it's a game. But you don't believe death is there until you actually see it and smell it.
This would be an IRA attack like no other. They had a second bomb waiting, right where the British Army had set up their command post.
The next thing I really remember is being lifted onto the chopper, and we'd just basically lifted off when it happened all over again. The second explosion went off.
With 18 dead, Warren Point was the highest military death toll in one single incident during the entire Northern Ireland conflict. This is the first time the three men have been back to the site together. Spud was ordered to clean the incident of human remains, the remains of his fellow soldiers.
Oh, I remember thinking, this is fucking outrageous, you know. And everybody was going around thinking, well, who's been hit? Who's dead? Who's alive? Well, we were down there about 3 days, weren't we? 3 or 4 days. And every day went by, there was somebody else coming up with a piece of body, somebody's, you know, extraordinary face of someone, you know. Over the last 30 years, I've been in lots of explosions and seen the aftermath of lots of incidents, you know, involve bombs and IEDs. And there's one thing that always brings me back to Warren Point, and I picked up a leg. And I've never forgot that sock. It was a boot with an army sock, of course, one of our lads.
War zones like this are places where only the toughest are brave enough to enter, but sadly not all come back alive. All would come back, changed forever. Tom suffered horrific burns to 80% of his body and spent 6 months in hospital fighting for his life.
When I saw Tom there, almost dead, how did I feel? Well, I just felt I was so fucking lucky. And the irony of that statement is Tom said he was lucky, and he feels for the people that died on that incident, and I feel for the guys that were injured, you know? Because how you deal with an injury like that for the rest of your life, I don't think I would have been strong enough.
What Spud saw in Northern Ireland changed him in ways that even he can't explain. But he does know that it made him a better soldier.
At such a young age, having that experience, a mass bombing, you know, a mass killing was just unbelievable. And seeing your mates scattered body parts all over, yeah, that pretty much says to you, fucking start switching on now, you know. And from that point on, I learned what war was all about. And I guess to some extent that's why I've survived, in a sense, because I actually learn from past, you know, from past experiences. And I've been awfully lucky. I've had people die to the left of me, die to the right of me, and I've still stood.
Comrades.
Okay, cheers, Spud. All on comrades, mate.
Still fucked up. I've lost as many good friends as I've killed the enemy.
To a military cemetery where many of Spud's friends who had given the ultimate sacrifice were buried. Looking around me at all these crosses, it suddenly dawned on me that each one represents a life unfulfilled. Someone's son, someone's husband, someone's father.
This is where the families wanted the fallen to be buried, here in Aldershot. Some of them chose to keep them buried on the island, some buried in their hometowns and villages, and some families didn't have the choice because the Royal Navy, they were buried at sea.
Did you lose a lot of friends then?
Yeah, I can just see Paul Sully over there, Paul Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's one. Yeah, Tom Meekham. Yeah.
Yep.
He was a good old dude, good mate of mine.
None of them really over 30 years of age, you know?
Hold it.
Yeah.
I closed his eyes. Shit, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Where he had fallen, his eyes were still open. I closed his eyes. Oh, that's strange.
He was 21, him.
Was he? No, he was older than that.
23,
surely.
I think this is 20.
No, you're right, 21.
21, yeah.
And these guys are good soldiers, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't They weren't just scraping through, they were good soldiers. There you go.
So I mean, what's it? A lot of it's down to luck, isn't it? Really, if you think about it. I mean, because you can be the greatest soldier, but yet, you know, you
turn the wrong way.
You turn the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's over. You know, you don't get no second chances.
You don't,
obviously.
No. You're dead, mate.
Like, how would you say your job affects your personal life? You know, or how did it affect your personal life?
Well, I've been married twice.
Yep.
I love both my wives, but they left me. So I guess it's something I've got to look at and try and address.
I suppose it's got to be hard juggling the two, really, isn't it? You know, you're going to commit to the army and.
It's difficult being away. I mean, not only the army, the business I'm in. 30 years of this, you know, this nonsense, death and destruction. I guess it does affect you sometime.
I feel a shiver down my spine. Some of these blokes were as young as 17 when they lost their lives in the line of fire. And I don't even want to think about the way they died.
Don't want to end up like these poor boys. I've got a bit more living to do.
I've been on a roller coaster ride so far. I've been pushed to my physical limit. And I've heard about some of the mental scars that can be left after fighting on the front line. One thing is clear to me. Spud has spent his life constantly seeking adrenaline. My journey into the mind of a highly trained soldier is nearing its end, but Spud has one more place to take me.
For me, Mayfair's the most expensive stop on a Monopoly board. For most, it's all about rollers, Bentleys and three-piece suits. But if you dig a little deeper, there's a lot more going on that meets the eye. It's a place where the rich and famous get up to a little bit of mischief. And when the shit hits the fan, they need a bit of protection. That's where our boy Spud comes in.
He continues to put his life at risk by working in the close protection industry. Working as a soldier of fortune can get just as hairy as a war zone. Spud had one particular job in July 2005, protecting an Arab businessman who'd got himself in a spot of bother over money.
We realised that he'd fucked off a lot of people.
Right.
The Russians, some Turks, and a mixture of some other people from the Middle East. Luckily, I found that out earlier on and got myself tooled up.
It resulted in a gunfight in broad daylight on a London street.
Well, it was an old school Western shootout, was it?
Yeah, a little bit. They basically tried to ram us. I fucking screamed back and shunted this 4x4 vehicle.
Yeah.
And then they started fucking pinging off a couple of rounds at us. Well, I then had to shoot back. And then we just fucked off.
Okay.
What we call shoot and scoot.
Shoot and scoot. Fuck that.
It's not just businessmen that Spud looks after. He's brought me to a popular London nightclub to tell me how he protects celebrity clients when they hit the town.
Okay. Well, there wouldn't be an obvious threat, would there? There wouldn't be you couldn't walk into a club and go...
But we'll have sleepers in here as well.
Sleepers.
We'll have girl sleepers, we'll have men sleepers.
What does that mean, sleeper?
Well, there'd be one of our team acting as part of the crowd.
Ah, okay. So you would have no contact with him throughout the night? You know that obviously...
No, we wouldn't even eyeball them, no. We'd just treat them like the rest of the crowd.
Okay,
Yeah?
gotcha.
We stand off, let them get on with it, yeah, and we'll have a team outside, and that's the way it works.
Okay.
If it does kick off, come in mob-handed.
Yeah, you got... Yeah.
And all you do, you're the important thing, we just take you out of the situation. All right.
That is a lovely old chandelier, that, though.
Yeah, you wouldn't
But it could be a threat, you never know. There might be a little there.
You wouldn't want that
Jump
dropping on
down.
your head, would you?
Jump down, get you around the neck, you never know.
I'd certainly feel safe if he was watching my back, but defending people from chandelier ambushes isn't quite enough to keep Spud satisfied. He seeks the adrenaline that only a war zone can provide.
Companies aligned to the UK government, which employed people from my background, to go and do jobs, they call them out-of-area operations, to do jobs which, i.e. the SAS couldn't do, or the British government couldn't be seen to be doing politically. The risk factor was always there. You're out on a limb, so that's quite exciting.
30 years spent in war zones must have messed with his head a bit, and I wonder how he's going to cope without the adrenaline buzz that he seems to crave. For a lot of Spud's mates, it's when they return to civvy life and have time to stop and think. It's only then that that the memories come back to haunt them.
I think that maybe blokes don't know how to deal with it, you know? It's easy to go and hit the bottle and go and blow your brains out. I mean, looking at the Falklands, there's been more guys taking their life than what there were killed. 253, I think, died on the operation, and more than 270 have killed themselves, taken their own life. I mean, that's a pretty fucked up situation, isn't it? I'm lucky because I think I've kept constantly in a war zone.
Spud's addiction to adrenaline has cost him 2 marriages, but his daughter may just be the one person who can help him kick his habit.
Having a daughter's changed me, but actually, over the last couple of years, the realisation that possibly I may need her more than she needs me at the moment may be an excuse to stop doing what I've been doing.
Back at his home, Spud keeps his obsession alive by writing books about the thing he knows best: war. It's as if he's still there as he relives and reconstructs the battles that he's won and lost.
I want to carry on writing. I enjoy writing, it's very therapeutic for me. And when I write, I have to be in the elements. You know, I can go out here and it may sound a bit strange to you guys, but when it's pissing down with rain, I'll go and stand by a tree. Because that's the way you feel nature.
Without a doubt, the internal battles still rage in Spud's mind. But the question remains, will he ever find peace?
Well, it's been an interesting journey, you know. Amazing character, you know, tough nut to crack. The thing about this guy is, I mean, you got to think about it, this man survived. He's been in 9 wars, you know, survived them all.
A tradition of many soldiers is that they keep the pin to the first grenade they pull. So I was touched when Spud had a little surprise for me.
What's this here?
Your first flashbang grenade.
Oh, good boy.
I saved it for you.
Oh, good boy.
That is good luck. So if you ever do any war movies in the future, you've got to put that to your zipper.
Good man,
and I
thank
bring
you.
Good luck, mate.
Appreciate that.
All right.
You mind how you go?
You take care, Zolan.
See you later.
Cheers, mate.